Xi Jinping, and he's going to be speaking with Biden on Monday.
It's done. He got it done before his Zoom with Biden.
So they're doing it.
He's now the supreme
Xi Jinping
leader.
Hasn't left
He's
China
now the supreme leader.
Explain what this means, Chamath, from the story.
I think the basic takeaway is that they've been working inside the body politic inside of China to basically reflect Xi on the same level as Mao, and effectively what this means is that it allows him to remain the leader of China indefinitely. And so there is no transition of power. Typically what had happened was there were these 10-year windows, and you go Jiang Zemin, Hu Jintao, 10-year cycles, and then they pass the baton. But it now looks like we'll be living with Xi Jinping until he joins the afterworld. So he's a ruler for life of China, basically. Crazy.
I think that's exactly right.
What an incredible feat of political maneuvering, without judging it, just to say what a complicated Byzantine political infrastructure he must have had to navigate. I don't know how he played this three-dimensional chess with all these people, the slow, systematic dismantling of the old guard, placing all of his people in, then slowly moving towards this kind of recognition for him.
You sound a little bit admiring, Chamath.
Yeah, no, the dictator got his name for a reason. Somewhere, Donald Trump and Steve Bannon are like, what did we do wrong? We were so close. January 6th, if Pence would have just played ball, Sachs, you'd still be in power. Huh? Your guys dropped the ball.
And we wouldn't have inflationary.
Just think, if Trump was leader for life.
Jason, given how accurate my predictions have been, you should have a little bit more respect for my political positions.
What do you guys think happens now that Xi basically is ruler for life? I think the Chinese term for it is historic figure, which is their parlance of saying, you're basically
you're a made man. Basically, you can't get whacked. Nobody can touch you. You're good for life. The end. Nobody can question you.
I mean, can you imagine Mao Zedong, Deng Xiaoping, and now Xi Jinping? Incredible. Like, he is at that level.
Well, it means if you start a war and a serious military conflict, that nobody can question you, right? You're the supreme leader. So it's sort of like Putin and MBS. Like, MBS can go kill a journalist and he's got nobody to answer to. It means he has nobody to answer to.
Mao Zedong initiated the revolution. And, Deng Xiaoping was really the architect of free markets that has made China the economic powerhouse that it is today. Their internal reflection of Xi Jinping is on the same scale of that. Now, I mean, I can't claim to know enough Chinese.
What is his vision for the future of China?
What is the accomplishment that's going to really put him in that league? And you'd have to say it's the annexation of Taiwan. I mean, that's the thing that he must be looking to do before, his time
to reunify China.
That's the thing that could put him in that league. And so that is the tripwire that, to Freeberg's point, that could lead to a conflict.
I think I hate to say that Freeberg is wrong because I don't think in this case I can. I do think that there is some left tail risk for like a crazy wag the dog moment in Taiwan. It would be really scary. Really scary.
Right now, if I was looking at the sizes of the navies, people don't know this. Japan actually has a very large defensive navy. The UK and the United States obviously have very large ones. China's is large, but not on a tonnage basis. They have a lot of ships. But together, I don't know if you saw the military exercises going on, but New Zealand, Australia, the United States, UK, and Japan were basically, I think South Korea were basically driving their ships around the South China Sea. This is going to be, I did a really interesting interview with the historian and commentator Neil Ferguson, who is also a pretty avid China watcher. And I did an interview with him actually on my app. You don't want me to say the name.
The app shall not be named.
Yeah. But anyway, so he had a really great line, which is, he said that the issue of Taiwan, it's basically like the issue of Cuba and Berlin and the Persian Gulf all rolled into one. So it's like Cuba and the Cuban Missile Crisis because it's right there off the shore of China. It's like Berlin, because that was basically the dividing line between freedom and, totalitarianism, where the Berlin Wall got built. And it's like the Persian Gulf because the new oil are these semiconductors, the chips that are fabbed in Taiwan at TSMC. And so all the resources that we're dependent on for the new economy are all right there. So
super smart framing.
Yeah. I thought it was a clever line.
The thing we have to remember about Xi is that his father was a commander for Mao and was then a vice premier. And so, his historical, he is the original princeling, right? Remember, there's this context of these Chinese princelings, but he is one of these originalists. And so his motivation will be, it seems at least, to bring China back into that spectrum of power, which is really about a consolidated country and a single nation state. And that has to include Taiwan. It can't not. So to your point, David, it's almost more motivation for him to go off on some crazy adventure and try to reclaim it. That's going to be crazy.
Now. It's really interesting to look at the tonnage of ships and the number of ships. The United States has over 6,000 tons of ships, 949 according to globalsecurity.org. China has only 2,000 tons and 1,000 ships. They have a lot of smaller ships. And then Russia, UK, India, Japan, France, Indonesia, Turkey, Germany, Italy.
These are warships, Jason, or?
Yeah, this is their Navy warships. And so they're fighting. But Japan has a very large one. I wasn't aware of this because I thought they were not doing military buildup, but they have what's called a defensive Navy, which can do offensive stuff. So this is, I think this is really problematic.
How many
for
of
China.
these ships are smaller than Sachs's yacht that he rented this summer?
Yeah, Sachs's tonnage would kind of put the United States over the top, I think, in this
the
conflict.
Gross tonnage of Sachs's yacht this summer
Bezos is going to be donating his new yacht to the...
For sure it's bigger than Indonesia. I see Indonesia on this list. Turkey. I mean, how big could their yachts be?
In my defense, it was a starter yacht.
It was a starter.
It wasn't.
In my indefensible lifestyle.
Next one will be bigger.